channel. In today's video, we're going to be discussing on how to draft or to achieve the armhole of a plus size person. But before we start, please go back there and subscribe to my channel, like it, share it, comment on it, and press the notification bell so that anytime I upload newer videos, you will be the first to be notified. So please guys, support my channel, support it so that we can grow together. So yes, these are the 4 ways I get my armhole when I'm working with a plus size person, depending on whether it's going to be a tight outfit or just normal armhole. Just normal armhole, is not tight and it's not too loose. So these are the 4 ways I use to achieve my armhole for the plus size person. So the first thing I do is measuring the round armhole of my client, and dividing it by 2. So whatever it gives me is what, not exactly what I use. So what I do is I take, I calculate from all this, then I find out which one to use among them, depending on the kind of outfit I'm making for the client, whether loose or a bit fitted. So secondly, I use my bust circumference. I divide my bust circumference by 4, then I minus 1.5 inches out of it. Then the third one is through the same bust circumference again, divided by 6 inches. Then I add 1.5 to it. Then the very last one, I'm going to be showing us on a pattern paper how I minus it from my armhole while I'm cutting on my fabric or on my pattern paper. So for example, for me, my round armhole is 21 inches. My round armhole is 21 inches. That is, placing my tape round the armhole and dividing it by 2. For me, it's 21, then I divide it by 2, and it will give me, it gave me 10.5 inches. Secondly, my bust circumference is 49 inches. 49 inches, I divide it by 4, then I minus 1.5. First of all, 49 inches divided by 4 will give me 12.25. So I minus my 1.5 inches out of it, and it gives me 10.75. Then the third one is the same bust circumference, which is 49. I divide it by 6, then I add 1.5. If you look closely, judging from this particular answer you gave me, it looks so small because it's 8.1 inches. Then approximately I can leave it at 8 inches before adding my 1.5. And when I also add my 1.5, it will still give me 9.6 inches. Then when I approximate it, I will get 10 inches. So, and the last one is minusing from my armhole while cutting on my pattern paper or on my fabric, just like I told you that. So these are the 4 ways in which I get the armhole of a plus size person when I'm cutting the fabric or when I'm making their clothes. So if you look closely, this is 10.5. I can use this for a fitted, to achieve the fitness. Then I use this for my normal, size of the clothes. Then I use this for a more fitted, outfit. This is with ease. This has ease. Ease of 5 inches. But when I want it more fitted, I use this. Then when I want it normal, I use this. So this is exactly how I derive my armhole for a precise person. So quickly, let's go to the pattern paper. Let me show us how I do the last one. This is my pattern paper. This is my pattern paper, and this is my starting point, which is my shoulder line also. So what I'll do here is divide my shoulder by 2. My shoulder is 16 inches. Dividing it by 2 will give me 8 inches. Now, I didn't leave much space here, so meaning that I can't even go up by ½ inch, adding ½ inch upwards for my joining, for joining my fabric to my lining. So what I will do is to be imputing ½ inch all through on my measurements. So please just concentrate so that you understand what I'm trying to do here. So place that entire 12 inches. Instead of minusing, I'm placing after my slope, whatever it gives me, then I continue with my drafting of my pattern. So what I do is I place the entire 12.5 inches. This is the whole length of my armhole. So I said I'll be adding ½ inch to it. Let me just quickly place my measurements. My bust point is 12 inches. This is my bust point, 12 inches. And this is the entire armhole without minusing anything, 12.25. And then I'm going to add ½ inch here. ½ inch here, 0.5. Why? Because I'm going to be joining this upper part with my lining later after cutting. So just listen and understand what I'm trying to do. I've added ½ inch to it. Then coming down to this place, my under the bust, which I call my first half length, is 17 inches. Then I'm going to be adding also ½ inch to it. So let me mark my lines and come back to explain to you guys what I do. So this is my bust point, while this is my armhole width length. Then here is my under the bust. So now from here to here I added ½ inch. I'm going to be drawing my line here on the second point, that is on the ½ inch I added here. So from here to here, from this top part of my pattern to this place, is my entire 12.25 without minusing anything from it. From here to here, then I added my ½ inch. Then from here to here is my bust point. Let me place my tape on it so that you guys don't get confused. You see it? From here to here is my 12 inches. Then from that same point to here is my 12.25, which is my entire armhole. Then I added my ½ inch to it, which is here. Then I extended it to under my bust. I'm just doing this as an example so that you guys will understand what I'm doing. This is my main half length, which is 17, and this is the ½ inch I added to it. So what I do is I come here and I slope by whatever inch I want. If I want 1 inch, in this case it's 1 inch I want to slope by, then I make my markings here. Then I come here and take my neckline. In this case I'm going to take 3 inches or 4 inches depending on what you want to work with. I've taken 3 inches for that. So I'm going to slope my shoulder. Now Out of that 12.25 inches I got by dividing my bust by 4, 1 inch has gone, leaving us with 11.25. So this entire length is 11.25. You see it? From here to here now is 11.25. Now, remember that I added half inch here. I added half inch here. Then, this half inch, by the time I join this part with my lining, this half inch will jump and will come back to our normal measurement. Or better still, if you don't do it this way, you leave it. Since this is a pattern, while placing it on your fabric, you add your half inch on this part. I hope you guys are understanding me. I don't want to confuse you guys. So while joining it on your fabric, since this is a pattern paper, by the time you place this pattern paper on your fabric, you add, come up here by half inch, add all the necessary measurements you need on your fabric, because this is a pattern. So, but I'm assuming that this is my fabric. Since this is my fabric, for instance, I took what I have from here to here, which is 11.25, and I added this half inch. So meaning that because this is my fabric, I'm joining here by half inch. This half inch will go out, you know, and leaving us with our main measurement. Now, coming to this side, for instance, here is my middle point, the midpoint of my armhole, and I've gone in by 0.5 inches. So this is my armhole. Remember, as you're joining your sleeve to your bodies, half inch will go, because this is where you're going to place your sleeve on, and you're placing it on 0.5, which is your half inch, meaning that from this our 11.25 that is remaining here, we are minusing 0.5 from it again, and it will leave us with 10.75. So this is my original measurement for the armhole. Then now, if I am using my bust divided by 6, I hope you guys are understanding me. If I'm using my bust divided by 6, then plus 1.5 is a different measurement now. That, using that, I now know that I'm making a more fitted outfit. But this is what I use for my main measurement. It is not loose and it's not going to be tight. So it's just a normal armhole. While when I divide by 6 plus 1.5, it's going to give me a more fitted outfit. Or also when I divide my round armhole by 10.5, it's going to give me a little fitted with a little ease on it. So I hope you guys understand what I just did. So this is how exactly I work with a plus size person. That particular size is a very sensitive size that when you're working with it, you should just pay very, very, very good attention to it. So this is exactly how I work with them. I hope you guys understand what I did, and please remember to subscribe to my channel. Thank you for watching my video, and always come back to watch, so that it will encourage me to keep doing this for all of us. So as you support this channel, I want us to grow together. Like it, share it, subscribe, comment, suggest you know, share it with others, suggest to them so that they can subscribe, and also press the notification bell so that anytime I upload any new video, you'll be the first to be notified. Thank you. I love you guys.